Yeah, I'm a young woman. I'm an immigrant. I'm on the internet. I'm Latina, and I got to be honest, like I'm hearing all of these things that you guys are saying and I'm glued to the TV screen watching the January 6th insurrection and stuff and like everything. I work in news. That is my business. And at the end of the day, I talk to my partner and I talk to my friends and all, educated, coastal elites and doing okay in life, and I asked them like, "How are you?" And the truth is, we all feel like shit.
Mhm.
And that's really what it boils down to. And that is the American sentiment right now. Is that Joe Biden's fault? Not necessarily, but that doesn't change the fact that I feel like shit. And so 2 weeks ago, I got COVID, my first round of COVID, and I'm 4 times vaccinated. I'm 31, I'm young, and I still have a sore throat. I'm still coughing. My poor partner, who is just even in better health than me, literally in the midst of our like COVID stupor, he was just like, there's something really existential about being 2.5 years into a pandemic and then getting COVID for the first time.
Yeah.
Just sort of like looks out our window. We live outside of DC and is like, what's the plan, Joe? And it just feels like that over and over and over again. And again, whether it is warranted where the blame lies, he is our figurehead of the country. And so, what's the plan, Joe, on student debt? Every day I get little dribbles of information, and I'm like, so am I paying? I'm not going back to paying $800 a month in August. Like, what's the deal, dude? What's the plan with the January 6th hearings? Does he have a role in this? Like, Americans don't understand that. I barely understand that. Then we have this shooting in Uvalde. What's the plan? And so that's the kind of thing that I keep going toward. How do I feel? Well, I hate that I still have a lingering cough from a global pandemic. I live in DC and I was in DC when the January 6th insurrection happened. That doesn't make me feel good. I'm a gun violence survivor. None of this makes me feel good. My 401k is not doing great. And I'm lucky enough to be the 31-year-old who has a 401k. I don't really look at gas prices because I live in DC, but that seems bad. And so it is one of those things where Republicans, what is it, get in line and Democrats fall in love. How can I fall in love with Joe Biden, who has been here since the beginning of time, has been in government longer than I've been alive? He's the president now. I'm glad that I don't have to gag every time I think about who is the president, but like that's not really enough.
Right.
So I think so much of it is this sentiment. And I don't know what there is to do about it because how do you make an entire country just feel better? What is the morale plan for the United States? And so many of the things that we saw that were huge issues under Trump, threat to democracy and the conspiratorial nature of these like far right extremists, they're still there. And thankfully, Trump doesn't have Twitter, which has been a vast improvement on my mental health. He's still out getting his message, and I don't anticipate him going away anytime soon. I skimmed his ridiculous rebuttal to the January 6th, and what did it do? It just made me feel like shit. So that's my advice to Democrats. It's like, well, how are you going to make me stop feeling like shit?